All right, y'all. I'm back. I am so sorry about that. Oh, goodness. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And then, of course, there's always the one person on my favorites contacts that's able to come through and get in and call me and fuck up the sound. So I'm so sorry about that. Um, but I am back. Let me try to see who's gonna trickle in. All right. So if y'all haven't caught on, hopefully y'all do end up seeing it on the replay. So I'm just gonna keep going. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right. So we're gonna keep going. So yeah. So as I was saying, he sees Chrissy as a charity case, right? It's clear as day that he sees her as a charity case. I don't know how much of what y'all heard from the last live, because again, somebody kept calling me and messing up my sound. Um, but I'll just go ahead and repeat it. So basically, what I was saying is based on this guy's background that Chrissy is messing with, he likes charity cases, right? He likes charity cases. It's what he leaned towards. He probably sees Chrissy as, in some ways, a project, right? He's probably one of those do gooder guys that sees himself and other children. And he probably feels bad in a lot of ways and feels like it's his job to take on Chrissy and her brood, right? So yeah, that's what I take from it. That's what I gather from it. Because again, there's no way that a guy that has a certain stature and that's a certain way about himself would even associate or align himself with Chrissy, much less allow himself to get a woman like Chrissy pregnant with her 10th child and this being his first child. That's just insanity to me. Like that is craziness. Um but anyway, moving on, right? I think that I started talking about, why Chrissy thinks this is her big fish, right? Scarlett says, "Hey everyone. Hey girl. Again, I'm so sorry about last time. You tell people that you're putting your phone on do not disturb and not to call you, and then they turn around and call you anyway." I had to text that person and say, "Listen, I'm on live. Can you please do not call me until I'm finished?" But yeah, so Scarlett, I want to know what is your thoughts about this whole situation with Chrissy, with her getting her fat ass up here, right, and talking about, and this is, listen, the audacity, right, for her to get up here and say she doesn't understand why people are upset, that she's having a 10th child when they're not helping taking care of her. First of all, I'm a taxpayer. I work. I am helping taking care of your goddamn kids. Because you would be a fool. And a lot of Chrissy's followers are fools, right? You would be a fool to think that Chrissy is not on any kind of public assistance, right? To think that she's not on any kind of public assistance, getting any Medicaid, getting any food stamps. You think she's really supporting all 9 of those children on her own? You are out of your fucking mind. How can you afford to deal with her? Well, yeah. He first of all, he can't, right? Let's be clear. He can't afford to. And let's say he does finish school, right? Let's say he finishes, he gets a job in his field, he's able to start working. He's not going to be able to feed 12 mouths. 12 is a lot. 3 is a lot, right? 4 is plenty, but 12 is absolute insanity. Right. No, you're right. Right. People are in shock for the most part. People are trying to figure out what the hell is this chick doing? What are you even thinking? Right. You think that you've got this guy that has all this stuff, but he does not. He doesn't. Right. Oh boy. Yep, she's getting free resources. But you know what, Scarlett? A lot of her followers and a lot of other people really believe the bullshit that Chrissy gives and really believes that she owns that Tesla. They believe that she's not getting any government assistance for those children. But again, you have to be a fucking moron not to know better, to be honest. 6 pizza pies with soda is one exactly. And that's just pizza. We're not even taught one onion, like I said in the other live that I had to shut off. One onion is $2. So can you imagine, right? having to buy groceries for 11 other bodies outside of your own. Not to mention formula, right? This baby is going to be on formula. Formula, I walked past the formula aisle and the diaper aisle the other day, and it further solidified my choice not to have any more children outside of the one child that I already have. It's ridiculous. It's crazy expensive. And I just think that Chrissy is delusional for some of the shit that she got her ass up here and talked about today. And the smugness on her face, right? She thinks she's really doing something, but I'm telling you, her and this guy are in for a rude awakening. They're in for a rude awakening. Listen, Scarlett, all you can do is laugh, to be honest. Sometimes the only thing you can do is laugh in situations like this. And it's unfortunate because it's like watching a train wreck, right? And I want to talk about that, right? Speaking of train wreck, let's talk about Chrissy's kids. Her poor children. I can see she had 3 kids and now this is the fourth, but 10. Yeah, it's excessive. Listen, it is excessive. And anybody with any sort of common sense can tell you that it's ridiculous. Like it's to the point where, you think about her children and the life that her children have. And I was listening to her today talk about, hey, my 2 cents, what's up, girl? But I was listening today when Chrissy put that video out talking about how her kids are fine. Her kids are happy about the baby, except for Kingston. And honestly, Kingston is the only one with some damn common sense in the house, to be completely honest with you. Hey, my 2 cents girl, make sure you check out the first live. There's 2 versions of this live. The phone started acting crazy in the middle of the other one, but make sure you check that first part out to go along with this one. But anyway, Chrissy, let's be honest, right? Chrissy talking about her kids being happy. But let's really lay out the facts of why those damn kids are not happy, right? You're talking about kids who have been moved from state to state and house to house for the duration of their lives, to be honest, right? If we're talking about Cadence, it's no wonder this damn girl is depressed. She has seen her mother with an upwards of 10 plus men in her house, fucking on her mama, right? Each of these men have left behind a mismatched sibling for her to have, right? And then you think about the other ones. They've seen a plethora of men coming in and out, a plethora of half siblings that they leave behind every single time. Poor Onyx, who's the youngest, I think he's like 4 or something like that. He's lived in like 3 or 4 different states. At 4 years old, he is only 4. He's a baby. He's literally still what I would consider a toddler. And he has lived in more places than I have, right? And probably in total, these kids have lived under 10 or 12 different roofs. And in each of those roofs, they slept on pissy, dirty ass, stink ass mattresses that don't have fucking baseboards on them, that don't have the box spring. So these kids have effectively slept on pissy floors the duration of their life. They have seen their mother bring in 10 to 12 men the duration of their life. They have 8 siblings, coming up on 9 siblings, depending on whose perspective you're looking at it from. These kids are not happy. You cannot tell me that those kids are happy and know anything about stability. You can't. Nobody can tell me that. I don't care how those kids come up on camera, look smiling and grinning in their mom's face, right? Because children aren't stupid, right? Children are very smart. Children know how to make their parents happy, and they know how and when to say things that their parents want to hear. I don't care what nobody tries to sell me. Chrissy's kids, when they get up on camera smiling, laughing, kikiing with her, number one, they're telling her what she wants to hear. They're presenting to her how she knows they want. she wants them to look. They're not going to come up there sad face. They're not going to come up there, really saying what it is they really feel, because they know that she doesn't want to hear that. So of course they're not going to do it. So people are stupid when they get up here. Well, her kids look happy. Of course they look happy. Anybody can look the part of happy, right? Anybody can smile and look happy. Keke Palmer was smiling and cheesing and looking happy. Meanwhile, Darius was knocking her head between the washer and dryer. Right? Chrissy was up here smiling, happy, looking happy with Rod. Meanwhile, he was knocking her head into the drywall. So I just really need some people to use their critical thinking skills. And come on. Those kids, there is no way those kids are happy. And I will say this, right? I will say that if those kids are happy, it's because they don't know any better. They don't know any different. They don't know any different from being nomads, right? Jumping from pillar to post, as my grandmother would say. They don't know any different than that, right? If they are happy, they don't know any different from, oh, here's Mr. Such and Such this year. Oh, but next month is Mr. Such and Such. Oh, but next month, here go Mr. Such. They don't know any different than that. Having worked in child services and being in the career field that I'm in, I've seen children living in filth. I'm talking sticky floors, sticky with piss. I'm talking dirty sheets. I'm talking mothers are grade 5 hoarders. You can't even see the floors or the walls. But these kids skip up to me when they see me coming for a housing check, smiling ear to ear. And it's because they don't know better. When you don't know a better life, dysfunctional shit seems normal. So people can miss me with the, well, her kids look happy stuff, because again, anybody can sell happy, but are they happy? My two cents said, exactly. I'm sure they have private conversations that were her. Girl, listen, I'm going to tell you something. When I used to do the in-home visits and I would have to do the assessments on the kids, some of the stuff that those kids would say to me, their parents would flip their fucking shit if they heard the stuff that their kids said to me. Those kids were not happy. Again, they're going to look the part on the outside, but when you talk to them, right? And I'm going to tell you something else too. Those kids probably know what they're, by now, at least the older ones, by now, the older ones probably have figured out that the lives that they're living are not normal, i.e., Cadence. Cadence is the eldest, right? She's probably, what, Cadence is in high school, maybe 8th grade, 9th grade, I don't know, but she's at that age where she's around kids her age who are not living this dysfunctional lifestyle, right? Who don't have damn near a dozen siblings at home, who are maybe only children, or maybe only have another sibling or two. And they're probably talking to her about the trips they've taken, about, how their dad is in the house, or if it's not their dad, maybe it's their stepdad. They're probably talking to her about stuff that she will never know about. By now, I'm sure Cadence has figured out she's living a dysfunctional life, which is, i.e., all the little bingo things she did a couple months ago about feeling depressed, about feeling suicidal, all these other things. That's why that happened. It didn't happen out of the blue. It happened because Cadence is at the age where she's able to talk to other kids and realize how fucked up her situation is. Same for whoever's after her, right? Kingston, Kaya, whichever one. Shit, I can't even keep up. Same with the rest of those kids. The older they get and the more they're around other children who don't go through this shit, it's going to be abundantly clear, wow, we're in a fucked up situation. And either one or two things is going to happen, right? Number one, either those kids are going to grow up and want a completely different life than what Chrissy has provided, meaning they're not going to have any kids, right? They're not going to make the same mistakes that Chrissy has made because they see what kind of lives they were provided, right? Or number two, They're going to follow in the same footsteps as their mom because to them, it is normal. To them, it is not dysfunctional. To them, it is not crazy. To them, it is regular. So one or two of those things is going to happen. And I don't just say this as somebody who's just sitting. I say this as someone who has worked with dysfunctional families. Those kids are either going to be just like her or they're going to do their damnedest to be the complete opposite of her. And at this point, Chrissy's about to have 10 kids. So honestly, it's a 50-50 coin flip. 5 of them may turn out to be relatively normal. 5 of them may come out fucked up. We don't know at this point. It's a game of rolling the dice, and it's really sad. Or they'll be exactly. It's a toss up. I've seen it go both ways. I know people that I went to high school with who had the most, looking back now as an adult, had the most dysfunctional upbringing, the most fucked up upbringing, and they've turned out to be damn near millionaires. They don't have any kids or nothing because they're like, no, there's no way I can bring kids into the world knowing what the outcome could be. On the flip side, I know the ones who have fucked up upbringings and are living the identical life of their parents. Right? I get on Facebook and they got their kids shooting up the middle finger now, just like them, you know? So it all depends. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Chrissy landed her big one, quote unquote? Or do y'all think this guy is just a student who's naive and in over his head? He doesn't know what the hell he's getting himself into. And Chrissy really, once again, trapped the wrong one. I want to know what y'all think. But yeah, the audacity, right? Chrissy loves to say the audacity of a bitch. No, bitch, the audacity of you to get your ass up here and be so smug like you really got it figured out. You don't have shit figured out. And when we get in another year or two or whenever, when we get another video of Chrissy screaming and hollering, sweating with a fat ass nose looking like Kenan Thompson in a wig, crying and screaming, I'm gonna say I told you so. Cause I mean, we already know what's going to happen. Yes, he's naive as hell. Very much so. My two sisters says, you know what I think? Girl, ugh. It's just seeing her on that video today and on the other one, right? On the part 2 video of her taking the pregnancy test. Just the way she said, I talked to him and we're going to keep it. Just, it's just like the smugness. I cannot wait until he figures out the shit show he's made for himself and he leaves your ass high and dry like the other 8 did. Because Chrissy, you are really full of shit. Child. Anyway, again, this is like a part 2 to the first live. So if y'all missed out on the initial live that I did, again, the sound got knocked out and messed up. So I had to hop on here and do a second one. I really hope y'all look at both. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Please like on your way in. If you like, I'll appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. Because as I always say, YouTube is not my bread and butter. I don't do this for a living. But I appreciate y'all being here. Yes, my 2 cents. You definitely do. You gotta watch it. You're gonna be like, bitch, really? Like the title of this video, the audacity, the stupidity, the gall, the gumption for you to get your ass up here and act like that. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and roll up off of here, right? Look at both videos, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.